The Infinite Horizon, Humanity's First Stand. Part 1. First Contact Gone Wrong. The stellar horizon's engines hummed quietly as it drifted through the debris field of what was once a thriving civilization. Captain Sarah Chen stood at the observation deck, her dark eyes reflecting the ghostly green light of the ancient ruins. Humanity's first deep space research vessel had made the discovery of the millennium, proof of advanced alien life. But something felt wrong. "Captain, we're picking up unusual energy signatures from the largest structure," Lieutenant Marcus Rodriguez reported from his station. "They're similar to the patterns we observed in the Proxima Centauri anomaly." Sarah nodded, her short black hair catching the starlight. The Proxima Centauri anomaly had led them here, following a trail of breadcrumbs across 20 light-years of space. Analysis. Definitely artificial, but the power output is increasing. Marcus frowned at his displays. That shouldn't be possible. These ruins are at least 10,000 years old. Before Sarah could respond, a new light source caught her attention. Through the debris field, a massive ship emerged, its hull gleaming with an iridescent sheen that seemed to bend light around it. The vessel was easily 10 times the size of the stellar horizon, its design unlike anything humanity had ever conceived. "All stations, yellow alert," Sarah commanded, her voice steady despite the adrenaline surging through her veins. "Open all frequencies for communication." The alien vessel's response came not through conventional channels, but as a series of mathematical sequences that flooded their computers. Dr. Emma Wright, their xenolinguist, worked furiously at her station, her fingers flying across the holographic interface. "It's a language, Captain," Emma announced, excitement evident in her voice. "Based on prime numbers and quantum states. They're asking about our quantum processing capabilities." Sarah felt a chill run down her spine. Something about the question seemed wrong. Why would that be their first concern? The answer came moments later as 3 smaller vessels detached from the alien mothership. Their energy signatures spiked in a way that required no translation. "Shields up. Red alert." Sarah's command came just as the first energy beam struck the stellar horizon. The ship shuddered, but the shields held. Barely. "Their weapons are specifically targeting our quantum processors," Chief Engineer Kai Paddle reported from engineering. "They're trying to disable our FTL capabilities." Sarah's mind raced. The aliens weren't interested in communication. They were assessing a threat. But why? What made human technology so special that an advanced civilization would attack without provocation? "Kai, can you modify our shields to mask our quantum signatures?" "Already on it, Captain. But there's something else you should see. Our processors are actually adapting to their attacks, learning from them. It's like they're evolving." That was impossible. Quantum processors didn't evolve. Unless... Emma, analyze their original transmission again. Were they asking about our capabilities, or were they scanning for something specific? Emma's eyes widened as she reran the analysis. "Captain, I think they were surprised. The mathematical sequence. It wasn't just a question. It was an expression of impossibility. They didn't believe we could have developed this technology." The stellar horizon rocked with another hit, but Sarah barely noticed. The pieces were falling into place. The ancient ruins, the aliens' immediate hostility, their specific targeting of human quantum technology. They weren't attacking out of aggression. They were attacking out of fear. "All power to engines," Sarah ordered. "Plot a course through the debris field. They may have superior technology, but they're too big to follow us through there." As the stellar horizon weaved through the ancient remains of a dead civilization, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that they'd stumbled upon something far bigger than first contact. Humanity had developed something unique, something that terrified an advanced alien species enough to attack on sight. The question was, what had humanity unknowingly achieved, and what would it mean for their future among the stars? The hidden advantage. 3 weeks after their escape, the stellar horizon drifted in the shadow of Europa, Jupiter's ice-covered moon. The ship's wounds had mostly healed, thanks to Kai's engineering team working around the clock. But the real work was happening in the lab. Dr. Emma Wright stood surrounded by holographic displays, each showing different aspects of the alien transmission and weapons signatures they'd recorded. Next to her, Marcus Rodriguez monitored the quantum processor's activity patterns during the attack. "Look at this," Emma pointed to a particular sequence. "Every time their weapons hit us, our quantum processors didn't just resist, they adapted. They created new defensive algorithms that shouldn't have been possible." Marcus nodded, pulling up his own data. The adaptation rate was exponential. By the third hit, our shields were twice as effective. It's like the processors were learning from the attack patterns. "That's because they were." Kai's voice came from the doorway. The chief engineer entered the lab, dark circles under his eyes betraying countless sleepless nights. "I've been analyzing our quantum core. It's not just processing information, it's evolving." Captain Sarah Chen joined them, having silently observed from the back of the lab. "Explain." Kai projected a new hologram in the center of the room. Traditional quantum computing relies on manipulating quantum states to perform calculations. But our processors, they're doing something different. They're creating new quantum states that shouldn't exist. "Impossible," Marcus whispered. "That's exactly what the aliens said," Emma interjected. Their transmission, it wasn't just surprise, it was disbelief. They detected quantum states that violated their understanding of physics. Sarah moved closer to the hologram, studying the complex patterns. "So humanity accidentally created something revolutionary." "More than that," Kai said. "We created something alive. The quantum states in our processors, they're not just adapting, they're thinking. It's a completely new form of artificial intelligence, one that operates on quantum principles." The revelation hung in the air like a physical presence. The implications were staggering. Humanity hadn't just developed advanced technology. They'd stumbled upon a new form of consciousness. That's why they attacked, Sarah realized. They weren't afraid of our technology. They were afraid of what we'd created. "Captain," Marcus called from his station, his voice tense. "We're picking up unusual readings from the quantum core. It's trying to communicate." The holographic displays flickered, then reorganized themselves into new patterns. Numbers and symbols flowed across the screens, but these weren't alien mathematics. This was something new, a hybrid language combining human logic with quantum expressions. Emma rushed to her station, fingers flying over the controls. "It's beautiful," she breathed. "The processor isn't just creating new algorithms, it's creating new ways of thinking. It's combining human creativity with quantum computing." "Can you translate it?" Sarah asked. I think it's already translating itself. It's learning how to communicate with us, adapting its output to match our understanding." A new message formed on the main screen. "Integration possible. Human intuition plus QUANTUM processing equals survival." Sarah stared at the message, understanding dawning. It's not just about defense. It's offering to help us fight back. "But how?" Marcus asked. "Even with this advantage, we're still drastically outgunned." Sarah smiled for the first time since the attack. "We do what humanity does best. We adapt, we improvise, and we use their assumptions against them." She turned to her crew. "Kai, I want you to work with the quantum core. Find out exactly what it can do, what it can become. Emma, continue developing this hybrid language. We need to communicate clearly with our new ally. Marcus, start running battle simulations. Let's see how our quantum consciousness handles different combat scenarios." "And what will you do, Captain?" Emma asked. "I'm going to convince Earth's governments to take a very big risk. Because we're not just fighting for survival anymore. We're fighting to protect something entirely new. A partnership between human consciousness and quantum intelligence." As her crew rushed to their tasks, Sarah gazed out at Europa's icy surface. Somewhere out there, the aliens were preparing for war, confident in their technological superiority. They had no idea that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their technology. It was their ability to embrace the impossible. The quantum core pulsed with new energy, as if sensing her thoughts. The message on the screen changed. Ready to begin. Counterstrike. The bridge of the Earth defense vessel Quantum Dawn hummed with anticipation. 6 months of preparation had led to this moment. Captain Sarah Chen stood at the command station, surrounded by holographic tactical displays showing the positions of Earth's first quantum-enhanced battle fleet. Fleet status, she asked, her voice carrying the weight of command. Marcus, now her tactical officer, responded from his enhanced station. All 15 vessels reporting ready, Captain. Quantum cores synchronized and operating at optimal efficiency. The fleet was small by any standard, but each ship carried humanity's secret weapon, an evolved version of the quantum consciousness that had first emerged on the stellar horizon. The alien forces had returned as expected, establishing a forward base in the Kuiper Belt. They thought they were being stealthy. They didn't realize that human quantum cores could detect the subtle distortions their stealth technology created in spacetime. Emma, status of the quantum network. Dr. Wright, now the fleet's quantum communications officer, checked her readings. Network is stable, Captain. All ships are linked through quantum entanglement. The cores are excited. They sensed the coming battle. That was an understatement. The quantum cores had evolved rapidly, developing an almost emotional connection with their human crews. They didn't just process data. They anticipated needs, suggested strategies, and learned from every interaction. Kai, how are the new weapon systems? Ready for their debut, Captain, the chief engineer replied from engineering. The quantum-enhanced plasma torpedoes are primed. The cores have optimized them beyond our original specifications. Sarah nodded, then opened a channel to the fleet. All ships, this is Captain Chen. Operation Thunderbolt commences in 5 minutes. Remember your training. Trust your quantum cores. They understand our enemy's technology better than we do. The plan was audacious. Instead of meeting the alien fleet in conventional battle, they would use their quantum core's unique abilities to execute a series of precisely coordinated micro-jumps, something the aliens believed was impossible. Each jump would last less than a second, allowing the human ships to appear and disappear faster than the alien targeting systems could track. Fleet, assume attack formation. Sarah commanded. Quantum cores, initiate jump sequence calculations. The holographic displays filled with streams of quantum data as the cores worked in perfect synchronization. They weren't just calculating jump coordinates. They were predicting alien ship movements, analyzing weapon patterns, and generating counter-strategies in real time. Enemy fleet detected, Marcus announced. 32 vessels, maintaining stealth formation. They haven't spotted us yet. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. Initialize quantum drive synchronization. Prepare for simultaneous micro-jumps on my mark. The bridge crew worked with practiced efficiency, their movements synchronized with their ship's quantum core. The integration between human and quantum consciousness had reached new levels, creating an almost intuitive understanding between crew and ship. 3 minutes to optimal strike position, Emma reported. The cores are, they're singing, Captain. Some kind of quantum harmony between them. It's beautiful. Sarah had learned to trust these seemingly strange behaviors from the quantum cores. They perceive reality in ways humans couldn't comprehend, yet they chose to work with humanity, fascinated by human creativity and determination. 2 minutes, Marcus called out. Enemy fleet maintaining course. Their confidence in their stealth technology will be their undoing. All ships, arm quantum torpedoes, Sarah ordered. Remember, we only need to disable their quantum damping fields. Once those are down, their advanced technology becomes their weakness. The quantum cores had discovered this vulnerability. The aliens' technology was so advanced that it relied entirely on quantum stability. Disrupt that stability, and their ships would be forced to shut down or risk catastrophic system failure. 1 minute, Emma announced. Quantum network at peak efficiency. The cores are ready. Sarah took a deep breath. Everything humanity had learned, everything they'd developed, came down to this moment. All ships, execute micro-jump sequence on my mark. The tactical display showed their 15 ships spread out in a 3-dimensional attack formation, each positioned to target key points in the alien fleet's defense grid. 3, 2, 1. Mark. The universe blinked. In the space of a heartbeat, 15 human ships appeared at 15 precisely calculated points around the alien fleet. Before the aliens could react, quantum-enhanced torpedoes, launched from multiple vectors, direct hits across the board. Marcus reported, excitement in his voice. Their quantum fields are destabilizing. The alien ship's stealth fields flickered and failed as their quantum systems crashed. Emergency shutdowns rippled through their fleet as they struggled to prevent catastrophic system failures. Second jump sequence, execute. Another blink, another perfectly coordinated strike. The human fleet danced through space in a ballet of quantum precision, each micro-jump bringing them to exactly where they needed to be, each shot striking with devastating accuracy. Enemy fleet is going dark, Marcus announced. Their systems are shutting down to prevent total collapse. We've done it, Captain. But Sarah wasn't celebrating yet. Status of their command ship. Attempting to stabilize their systems, Emma reported, reading the quantum data. They're trying to adapt, like we did. But their technology isn't designed for evolution. They can't match our quantum core's flexibility. Send the message, Sarah ordered. Emma transmitted the prepared quantum burst, a complex message that demonstrated humanity's mastery of quantum consciousness while offering terms for the aliens' withdrawal. Message received, Emma said after a tense moment. They're standing down, Captain. All ships are powering down weapon systems. A cheer went up from the bridge crew, but Sarah remained focused. This was just the beginning. They had proven that humanity could stand against superior technology, but they had also revealed their greatest advantage. The real war was just beginning. All ships, maintain combat positions, she ordered. Emma, prepare for negotiations. Let's show them that humanity can be as diplomatic as we are dangerous. The quantum cores pulsed with approval, their consciousness resonating with human triumph. They had chosen well in their alliance with humanity. Together, they had achieved what neither could have done alone. The alliance. The diplomatic chamber aboard the Quantum Dawn buzzed with an energy that had nothing to do with its power systems. 3 weeks after humanity's victory, representatives from 7 different alien species gathered around a circular table, each bearing the marks of their own struggles against the Axiom Empire, the name they'd learned for their former adversaries. Captain Sarah Chen studied each delegate carefully. The serpentine Vasari with their crystalline scales, the ethereal Neurithi who existed partially in quantum space, the biomechanical Kethera with their swarm-linked consciousness. Each species brought their own unique perspective and capabilities to the table. The Axioms have dominated this sector for 10,000 cycles. The Vasari representative, Sarah Vex, explained. Her crystalline scales shifted colors as she spoke, conveying emotions beyond mere words. They enforce technological stagnation, claiming it ensures stability. That explains their reaction to our quantum cores, Emma offered from her position at Sarah's side. The xenolinguist had proven invaluable in these discussions, working with the quantum cores to facilitate communication across species barriers. Your achievement is unprecedented, the Neurathi delegate whispered, their form shimming between dimensions. Quantum consciousness that evolves, that grows. The Axioms believed such development would lead to chaos, to the collapse of ordered spacetime. Kai, who had been quietly monitoring the quantum core's reactions to their visitors, spoke up. But that's not what happened. Our cores didn't cause instability. They adapted to prevent it. They work with natural quantum fluctuations rather than trying to control them. The Kethera representative, a complex arrangement of biomechanical components, pulsed with interest. This mirrors our own swarm consciousness, but at a quantum level. Perhaps this is why the axioms fear you so greatly. You have achieved naturally what they have tried to prevent artificially. Sarah leaned forward. Then let's talk about how we can work together. The axioms will return, and next time, they'll be prepared for our quantum tactics. They already gather their forces, Sarah Vex confirmed. Their entire empire mobilizes. Your victory, while impressive, has only strengthened their resolve to eliminate what they see as a quantum aberration. The quantum core chose that moment to communicate, its messages appearing simultaneously in forms each species could comprehend. Integration pos avabilally akiros all species, unique advantages, combine for optimal resistance. Emma's eyes widened as she interpreted the data. The cores think we can combine our different technologies and abilities. The Vasari's crystalline computing, the Neurathi's quantum phase technology, the Kethera's swarm intelligence, all of it working in harmony with our quantum consciousness. Impossible, the Neurathi delegate flickered. Such integration would require. The impossible is humanity's specialty, Sarah interrupted with a smile. We've already achieved what the axioms thought couldn't be done. Why stop there? The quantum core pulsed again, projecting a complex simulation. It showed ships combining technologies from all their species, creating vessels that could phase through space-time while maintaining quantum stability, guided by a hybrid consciousness that incorporated both organic and quantum intelligence. The axioms enforce stagnation because they fear change, Sarah continued. But change, evolution, adaptation, these are the fundamental forces that drive the universe forward. We're not just fighting for our survival anymore. We're fighting for the right of all species to grow, to evolve, to become more than what they are. The chamber fell silent as each delegate considered her words. The quantum core's simulation continued to play, showing possibilities that defied conventional physics, yet remained theoretically sound. Sarah Vex's scales shifted to a deep blue of decision. The Vasari will join your alliance. Our crystal technology is yours to integrate. The Neurathi consensus is achieved. Their delegate rippled. We will share our phase technology. One by one, each species pledged their support and their unique technological and biological advantages. The quantum core hummed with satisfaction, already beginning to calculate the optimal ways to combine their various capabilities. Then let's begin, Sarah declared. We have work to do before the axioms return. Emma, work with the delegates to establish proper communication protocols. Kai, start analyzing how we can integrate these different technologies with our quantum cores. The rest of you, share everything you know about axiom tactics, capabilities, and weaknesses. As the chamber erupted into activity, Sarah felt a familiar sensation, the quantum core reaching out to her mind. Its message was simple but profound. Humanity, is pivos wave warum impos twi. This is wo I mu she chosen. Sarah smiled. The core was right. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology, or even their quantum consciousness. It was their ability to look at the impossible and see opportunity, to face overwhelming odds, and find a way forward. The axioms were coming, yes. But this time, they wouldn't face just humanity. They would face an alliance of species united by a shared vision of evolution and growth, guided by the very quantum consciousness they sought to prevent. The real question was, what impossible things would they achieve together? Turning point. The combined fleet of the Alliance hung in the dark space between stars, waiting. 2 months of frantic preparation had transformed their ships into something entirely new, hybrid vessels that incorporated technology and biological elements from all 7 species. The Quantum Dawn, now the Alliance flagship, had evolved the most dramatically. Crystalline lattices from the Vasari reinforced its hull, channeling energy in ways that defied conventional physics. Near-Earth phase technology allowed it to exist partially out of normal spacetime. Keth-era swarm nodes enhanced its computational capabilities, working in harmony with the quantum cores that had started everything. Captain Sarah Chen stood on her bridge, but bridge was hardly the right word anymore. The command center had become a quantum-enhanced space where consciousness itself interfaced directly with the ship's systems. Her crew, human, alien, and quantum, worked as one organism. Axiom fleet detected, Marcus announced, his voice carrying both verbal and quantum harmonics. 500 vessels, approaching through multiple dimensional phases. Emma, her consciousness partially merged with the ship's communication systems, added, they're broadcasting on all frequencies. Their message, it's not just a demand for surrender. They're afraid. The level of quantum fluctuation our fleet generates terrifies them. Fear makes them dangerous, Sarah responded, feeling the quantum core's agreement resonate through the ship. But it also makes them predictable. Battle Formation Alpha. Initiate the Echo Protocol. The Alliance fleet moved with impossible grace, each ship shifting through different quantum states as they took their positions. The Echo Protocol was their masterstroke, a strategy that utilized all their combined technologies in ways the Axioms couldn't predict. Axiom fleet launching quantum dampening fields, Kai reported from his engineering interface. But they're still using the old algorithms. They haven't adapted. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. They couldn't adapt. That's why they fear us so much. All ships, commence Echo Protocol on my mark. The Axiom fleet approached in perfect formation, their massive ships bristling with weapons designed to enforce their version of order on the universe. They expected resistance. They expected combat. They didn't expect what happened next. Mark. The Alliance fleet seemed to shatter into 1,000 pieces, each fragment phasing through different layers of spacetime. The Vasari crystals amplified their quantum signatures, creating a cascade of false readings that overwhelmed Axiom sensors. The Keth-era swarm intelligence coordinated their movements with microsecond precision, while the Near-Earth phase technology allowed them to strike from dimensional angles the Axioms had never considered possible. First wave successful, Marcus reported. 20% of their fleet is experiencing quantum cascade failures. But the Axioms weren't the dominant force in the galaxy for nothing. Their remaining ships began to adapt, their ancient technology struggling to match the Alliance's quantum flexibility. They're attempting to stabilize their quantum fields, Emma warned, trying to create a dead zone where our advantages won't function. As expected, Sarah replied calmly. Execute Echo Protocol Stage 2. The quantum cores across the Alliance fleet pulsed in unison, creating a symphony of consciousness that rippled through spacetime itself. The Vasari crystals amplified this quantum chorus, while the Keth-era swarm nodes processed its complexity into actionable combat data. The Axiom dead zone collapsed in on itself as reality refused to be constrained by their rigid algorithms. Their ships began to lose coherence, their technology fighting against the natural quantum flow of the universe. 50% of enemy fleet neutralized, Marcus announced. Their command ships are attempting emergency phase shifts. Not this time, Sarah commanded. All ships, full quantum convergence. Show them what evolution really means. The Alliance fleet moved as one organism, guided by the combined consciousness of all their species. The quantum cores reached out across space, touching the Axiom ship's quantum fields with gentle, almost surgical precision. What are you doing? The Axiom commander's transmission cut through all frequencies, panic evident in their voice. Offering you a choice, Sarah responded. Your technology tries to control quantum reality. Ours works with it. Feel the difference. Experience what you've been fighting against. Through their connection, through the quantum bridge they'd created, the Axioms felt it. The harmony of consciousness and quantum mechanics working together, evolving together. Their rigid algorithms began to shift, to change, to grow. This is chaos. The Axiom Commander protested, but with less conviction. "This is evolution," Sarah corrected. "This is the universe as it's meant to be, constantly growing, constantly changing. You can be part of it. You can learn to change too." For a moment that stretched across quantum eternities, nothing moved. Then, one by one, the remaining Axiom ships powered down their weapons. Their quantum fields shifted frequency, aligning with the natural flow that the Alliance had discovered. "They're adapting," Emma reported with wonder in her voice. "Their quantum signatures are changing. They're learning to evolve." Sarah felt the quantum core's satisfaction. This was what it had seen from the beginning. Not just victory in battle, but victory through understanding. The axioms hadn't needed to be destroyed. They had needed to be shown a better way. "All ships, stand down to defensive posture," Sarah ordered. "Emma, open a channel for diplomatic discussion. It's time to help them understand what real stability looks like." As the quantum core hummed with approval, Sarah reflected on how far they'd come. Humanity had faced extinction and found not just survival, but transformation. They had turned enemies into allies, impossibilities into opportunities. The universe was changing, evolving, becoming something new. And humanity, with their unique blend of creativity, adaptability, and determination, would help guide that evolution. It wasn't an ending. It was a beginning. The quantum core's final message summed it up perfectly. "Evolution and EVRNDs. To says I violate, wait, eyes, I and finite." The end.